Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and it is Sunday, July the 11th. This weekend update is for next week. We're looking at the monthly chart here, and as you can clearly see, although the month is not done, it did pop it back up above the 200-day moving average there. Now, that doesn't mean that by the end of the month that it's not went down further. I think it will continue to go down by the end of the month, simply because of this. You can clearly see we're still pointing down with no signs of turning up, even with this bar here. We are getting lower towers on the histogram bars there. And then here, even with this big bullish week in this month, it didn't do anything here but just trade sideways. We're still above the with the negative DI line, and once this thing curls back up and turns back up on a monthly basis, we're going to be like in wave 3 of 3 of 3, or it's going to be ugly when that happens on a monthly basis. We'll see a candle like this. That's what we're going to see. One big candle. Humongous. So, but that's some time off, but I just want to let you know we are still in a downtrend for now. So, and whether or not we bounce here and go back up is anybody's guess. It could. It certainly could do that. We could come down here and bounce and go back up and actually put in a higher high and kind of make a rounded top before we fall back down. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that is a possibility, so we keep that in mind. On the weekly basis, this candle here closed above the previous one there where it opened right there, and it looks to me like they want to go up to at least the red 50 period moving average, which is at 1093. There is also, if it wanted to go up any further, it could possibly go up here and tag this 20 moving average if it was trying to go up any further. You actually kind of count the waves here. If you kind of went from here down to here, this flash crash low as a big wave 1, back up here for a wave 2 the following week, and then down here to these lows for a wave 3, back up for a wave 4, and back for a wave 5. So if you actually looked at it like that, if you were count the waves on a weekly basis, it would say that we've already had one wave down that comprised of 5 waves. Okay, so 5 waves makes your wave 1 down. If that's the case, then we can go up here and put in a larger wave 2. And it could turn around a little bit. So that is a possibility that we could do that. Which means this here basically would go up here and possibly try to back test this line here on the RSI. I don't know if it's going to do that or not. You can see here on the histogram bars, it did put a lower negative histogram tower here on this candle here. Now if it keeps moving up, and keeps moving up like this, and that very well could be what it's going to do. I don't think it would go, since it's so deep here, I really doubt that it's going to go up here and put in some large histogram tower there, and that would take us out to, I don't know, into September or something like that. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it is a possibility, so you got to keep that in mind. So what we really need is for this following week to not close above that level right there. We do not want this coming week to close above this 1070 level. Well, that's not quite that. I think that weekly high is was that about 1090 or something like that, or 1080 something, in that range. We don't want it to close above there. Now, moving on here to the daily, as you can see, the daily is popping up. I do expect it to put in several more histogram tower bars here and then roll back over, less than making a negative divergence here and putting in a lower tower. So that means that on a daily basis, we need at least a few more days for it to go up, which unfortunately that's next week. So it very well could go up and put in those towers and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days or something like that, all of next week before it rolls over. And that would go in perfect with options expiration, because options expiration week is generally bullish, and they don't want to pay out those put buyers. So maybe they'll trade it sideways a little bit. But any sell-off, I don't think is going to be real deep during this next week, as this thing goes up and tries to work itself and to a point to where it's going to roll back down. So it's going to go back up a little and roll back down, is most likely. So that means that Monday, because of the 60-minute and 15-minute chart, they could pull back down a little bit, maybe find some support here in this 1060 area, and then pop back up throughout the remainder of the week, and either go up here to 1085. Depends on the strength they got. I mean, they could go up to that print I have of 112.41, which would be about 1120, which would still be lower than that. But if you can this whole move down as a wave 1, then that'd be a B, C on a wave 2 up as a primary. If this whole move was a wave 1, and you'd go 1 or A, B, C all the way up to that around that 1120 area, if it should be. I don't know if it's going to do that. I don't know. It really just depends on the strength of it. If this here RSI gets above 66, then that means there'll be twice as many buying. It'll be a 2-to-1 ratio on the buying versus selling. So anything is possible. Light volume. Remember, light volume, government manipulation, PPT. It's all real. It's all there. We all know that. If there's no sellers wanting to sell, then it's possible that they could do that. They put that print out there of 112.41 for a reason on the SPY, which is about 1120 here. So keep that in mind. So let's move on to the 60-minute. As you can see, the 60-minute is losing steam. I expect it possibly to come down on Monday and Tuesday again, and probably maybe go in this 1060 range. If it sells off any more than that, and then it's not going to be an ABC move up. If it falls back down here to this double, this 1010, then yeah, we're going down. So, but I don't think it'll do that. The lowest I can see it going right here is this 1040 support. So maybe it goes down to 1040 support and pops up and continues on going. And I do not know where it's going, if it's going up to 1120 or not, but I think this is going to roll down probably into Monday and Tuesday and put in a very low histogram tower on the negative side, and if it puts one in at all, and then just goes right back up, because the daily's pushing it. The daily is supporting us right now. So this action here is not going to look like over here. It's not going to look like that where it just rolls and goes straight down. It's going to probably look more like this, up, down, as it kind of churns sideways. And as you can see, it's getting more strength here on the ADX line. And what one's on top? Well, the green positive one is on top. So that tells you that that it's not going to sell off too much, not likely. And on the 15, as you can see, same thing here. Basically, this was the up move, sideways consolidation, bull flag, boom, it popped up. So again, it's got a little bit more room to run Monday. They actually could, if they really wanted to. As you can see on the RSI here on this, we are at 67.94. That means there's 2-to-1 buying versus selling at that into the end. So we could actually pop on up there to 1085 and then roll back down. It's pointing down, so I really am leaning towards it going down at the open Monday. Whether it gaps down or not, I don't know. And again, light volume, it's heavily easily controlled or heavily manipulated. So So basically, Monday is possibly a flat open. Any gap up would be a good time to short for temporarily, I believe, and for this wave 2 or B wave down to somewhere in that as low as 1040, as high as about 1060 is about where I'm expecting it. And then a recovery the rest of the week and an up move the rest of the week in accordance with the daily chart, as the daily goes up here and puts in a bunch of small towers. And that just about covers it. Unfortunately, the bears are going to have to wait this out a while. So after OPEX is over, that's another story. Then we could see a sell-off. So, okay, gang, thanks for listening. Good luck to everyone, bulls and bears alike.